Hey, wasn't I fucking live a few minutes ago? Well, yes, I was, and I'm back, damn it. Why? Because, I don't know, kind of feel like it. I know I did the professional show where I am supposed to behave proper and be nice and all that stuff. And now I get to just vent and rant because, it's been shitty again. And I'm real sick of things being shitty. You know that? I am sick to fucking death of things being shitty. Yeah, you can come on in. Yeah.
Am I interrupting anything?
No, you're not interrupting a damn thing at all.
Okay.
You can sit in the chair. You can have your name on the screen. You can even have your avatar right alongside beside me because why the fuck not?
Well, are you doing this solo, or do you want a wingman on this?
Oh, it's always better to have a wingman. Who the hell wants to go John Solo? We don't have
Nice.
anyone else. I
Or
sent
hand
out
solo.
a hand solo. Now there was a guy I knew in college that we used to call John Solo,
Yeah.
and
Are we having up somebody else?
well, I invited Janelle and Fiona if they wanted to
Oh,
join in, but
okay. Well, I'm gonna not have earphones until.
till someone pops up, yeah, that's a good
Well,
idea.
I've been having earphones on like for the last 8 hours, so
Yeah,
my
okay, yeah,
ear needs a break.
screw the goddamn earphones. Yeah, okay, earphones are off.
Fuck it, it's dead to me.
Yeah, it is right now. It is fucking dead to me.
So what are we ranting about?
We are ranting about I'm sick of feeling like shit.
That's a good thing to rant about.
You know, yeah, I really didn't need to spend my day feeling the way I did, just completely knotted up, shoulders completely. I took two fucking Klonopins to get through the goddamn day.
Whole or half?
Whole.
Oh fuck.
I'm still not doing all that great, and that really blows. Um, and I don't know how much of this is just standard. Well, that's life, and brain chemicals don't work fucking correctly, so I just have to deal with it, or how much of this is me legitimately pissed off that it looks like, you know, our elections have been rigged. Well, yeah, I'm going to say it. This whole, they keep going, oh, Arizona's too close to call. Well, Arizona's too close to call because there has been all sorts of fuckery here in Maricopa County. And 20% machine failure rate, poll workers coming out and saying, oh, go home, the machines don't work.
Were those reports?
Yes.
Oh, holy fuck.
But then you've got geniuses like Tim Pool that just said, no, you guys just need to get out and vote enough. That voter fraud doesn't really happen.
Tim can suck my taint.
Yeah, I think he sucks a lot of taint actually. So let's put you in here.
Chicken Little has problems. Chicken Little doesn't live in reality.
Yeah, I am sick to death of, oh, well, you just didn't get the vote out. No. It's very obvious things are being rigged again.
Well, when polling places have a line that wraps all the way around the block, I seriously doubt that people, quote unquote, didn't get the vote out.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that we got to the polling center and they were so goddamn disorganized.
Mm-hmm.
It was obvious. It was strange because anyone who had the mail-in ballots where they could just walk in and drop it off, that worked perfectly fine.
Well, it wasn't scanned.
I know, you could just walk in, drop it off, walk out. But the people who actually showed up to vote, lines around the goddamn block, dragging their feet, none of them really seemed to give a fuck. This fuckery has to stop. And this bullshit about, oh, well, the Republicans just didn't get the vote. No, come on. What was it that Judge Judy said?
Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah, exactly. How many fucking times are we going to have polls where suddenly weird things just start happening? Ballots won't scan. 20% of the machines fail within the first hour of being turned on. People being told to go home. Oh no, there's no voter fraud going on. A candidate that nobody wanted seems to be winning. Fuck
Which
you.
one?
A Hobbit.
Oh,
Hobbs.
well, gee, her people are the ones in charge of
Yeah,
voting.
and
So-
Hobbs was the one in charge of polling. Yeah. The one running, the person in charge of putting the election together won,
Mhm.
or seems to be winning. But there isn't any funny business going on, none in the least. This happened to me in California. I'm sick of this shit. And I'm sick to fucking death of picking, people like Chicken Man saying, oh, no, that's a conspiracy. Take your fucking beanie off, dude.
But by the way, I call him Chicken Little because every fucking time I listen to him, he's catastrophizing and talking about how, everything's going to hell. So it's like he's Chicken Little. He'll even contradict himself on exactly what is going to hell and how. So.
Oh, do I still have the Tim meme, or did I erase it?
No,
it looks like I erased it. Well, he's also the chicken man, He is the chicken lover.
Yeah, he is the chicken lover.
Let's see what Trenton has to say.
Trenton, it happened the last 3 times here, all in Maricopa mostly. Funny that the one winning is the cunt that didn't step down from her position as the one overseeing voting. Yeah, isn't that illegal?
Yeah, and that she was a candidate that even Democrats fucking hated.
Yeah.
So no, it is fucking bullshit. This shit's being rigged, and it's got to stop.
Do we know if Bitchface
I don't know. I don't know if Bitchface won or not. This whole shit. Oh, well, we won't know for another 4 days. That is not normal.
No, it's not normal. But they're saying that because they all already know that they're going to have to hand count this at least twice.
Yeah, they're going to. Yeah, there was they had a certain threshold of failures before a hand count needed to kick in. And within the first 2 hours of the polls opening, it had already exceeded that number.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's no voter fraud going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the claim was, oh, well, the ballots were printed poorly and therefore they didn't scan right. Well, the person in charge of the election was running for governor.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
Also, did you see that? Because that happened at the polling place that we were at.
Yeah. And there was a reason I had words with the poll manager.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that is a question. Other than when we voted in 2020, I have yet to actually see the person who's basically in charge of security at a polling place. Other than 2020, I have yet to know who the moderator is.
Unqualified, not quite. Arizona is not California.
No.
Arizona is occupied territory. Unlike California, where the morons really do run the show. I mean, they're willingly voting for Newsom. Okay, California deserves whatever it gets. No, we're getting screwed. This is occupied territory. Yeah, I would say this is no fucking different than when what was it? Ireland was being occupied by Britain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no fucking different. So, fuck this shit. And yeah, fuck Tim Pool. I'm sick of his shit.
Did he say something specific that
Oh, it's always you just didn't vote hard enough line. There's no conspiracy, there's no fraud, there's no proof. Well, yeah, gee, the person telling you there's no proof is the one who's benefiting.
Acid trip, Chicken Little looking ass. Dude looks like he goes to Starbucks now. No, he looks like Jesse Pinkman's retarded cousin. Can't believe he's making chicken owners look bad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that he makes chicken owners look bad, because I know plenty of people who own chickens who are not Tim. I am going to say that it's people who are deciding that they are going to do it themselves and, try to not necessarily homesteading, but do some things on their own. He's making them look bad. And once you actually know what the fuck you're doing, no, you're out of the Tim Pool category. Like our neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you walk around here. No, nobody wanted that bitch. Nobody wanted Katie Hobbs. Okay, Katie Hobbs ran such a dirty campaign that her campaign were constantly going around and pulling Carrie Lake signs out of the ground and smashing them up. They were putting they were sticking things on it to claim that she was an Obama supporter.
Yeah. Well, she was.
Sorta.
No. It is, and she even said so in her own interviews. She said flat out, yes, I did go door to door for Obama, and I admit I was wrong. There you go. What can you say to that?
And you know what, Maricopa, it is so obvious the people running the elections are goddamn corrupt. So fully goddamn corrupt. And I don't know. I just wonder if we're going to hit a moment where people snap, because there are a whole lot more. What's this?
Trenton. But Navajo country has a bunch of people who truly know their job and care about a fair election. There's a lot of corruption there. Anyway, go on.
So no, I don't know. I'm sick of this shit. I am fucking sick of this shit. Mark Kelly has not won elections. He's cheated elections.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Hobbs. It's bullshit. It is fucking bullshit. The Republicans and conservatives in the state outnumber the Democrats by like massive margins. And even the Democrats don't like the Democrats that were running. How did they win?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Oh, how interesting. The woman running for governor was running the election, was in charge of the machines and the ballot counting. And oh,
Yeah.
wow. And that smug speech she gave. If there was ever, someone who you just wanted to see an asteroid fall on,
her, I'd be satisfied with just a bus. No,
Mark Kelly deserves a.
Yeah, Mark Kelly deserves a rock from orbit. And yes, same with the woman running for state councilman.
I mean, when the
I hate
fraud
that bitch.
when the fraud becomes so fucking blatant, just right there out in the open, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you've still got fucktards like Chicken Man, Tim Pool, saying, "Oh no, that's a conspiracy."
Well, since when has Tim actually been in reality?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, when was the last time that he was actually in reality? I mean, yes, he says the occasional thing that is correct, and a stopped clock is right twice. Unqualified. I kind of told my friend this back in 2020. If we don't learn to play the game with the ballots and the election runners, then they are just going to keep getting away with it.
I think we're past that, actually. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's past even being able to play the game. It's just, how would I put this? Would you ever play cards or with someone who's got a loaded deck?
Not knowingly, no.
Yeah. Would you ever engage in any sort of bet with someone who has completely rigged it?
No.
Yeah. So this whole idea of you just didn't get enough people out, bull fucking shit.
No. Tim can say that because he's on his little chicken compound away from everybody, and he can then pretend that he's all high and mighty.
Well, I remember once he said that he didn't really worry about was it the Great Reset because it was going to be good for rich people and he's rich.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Dude has the judge as his open carry. if you needed anything to say that you're the biggest asshole in the room, it's that.
But you know, he's going to change culture by having us all go buy his song he wrote.
I dare you to make less sense.
Oh,
How exactly
he's
is
been saying that in every episode now, is that he's changing culture and he wants everyone to go out and buy the song that he got so he can chart. Because that, you know, culture is how we'll change it, is by buying his songs.
is it like African tribal music?
No, it's bullshit indie rock.
And how exactly is Touch a Mountain going to help, everybody bring peace?
Look, it's more the same old millennial self-congratulatory Green Day knockoff political bullshit.
So he is a Mr. Van Driesen Touch a Mountain bullshit.
Yeah, he kind of is, actually.
It's not going to be Touch My Chicken. I want a folk song that's Touch My Chicken.
Well, he is selling T-shirts with roosters on them now about how the rooster, the mighty rooster, is about defending freedom.
The mighty rooster is about defending freedom.
Yeah.
You know, dude, I am all for returning to Ben Franklin's idea of having the wild turkey as our national bird. I mean, yes, the bald eagle is majestic, but the wild turkey is fucking smart. Unqualified. What I mean is that the right needs to get involved with running elections. Sadly, we need to infiltrate the deep state, as gross as that sounds.
You're talking about 30 to 40 years worth of work, and I think by that time it's probably going to be too goddamn late. I think we're far more on track to seeing guillotines as the solution, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I think we're on track to basically it turning to guillotines. When the cheating and the lying and the fraud is so in your face, and the rich Hollywood types are so fucking condescending and shitting on the public, I really think we are right on course to a French Revolution style dust up, and it may not end well for anybody, but at least a lot of people that deserve it will probably get their heads cut off.
I would just hope we're a bit more put together than the French Revolution.
Yeah, well, of course, we'd use snipers.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Well, come on. The French Revolution basically just wanted the same old thing, but with them in charge.
Well, no, their main goal was to just get rid of, Louis and Marie. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Once they were outed, it was like, oh shit, what do we do now? We need to put somebody there.
I'm not saying the French Revolution was good. I'm just saying that we're barreling toward a point where the corruption's so blatant that that's basically the only option people are going to start seeing.
Keep in mind that the French Revolution and the Peasants' Revolt both started with people drunk in bars. That's how they got started.
Right.
So are you saying that it'll be the people's uprising and the lawmakers will just go with it and go, well, okay, shit, I guess it's on now? Or are you thinking more our lawmakers will throw down the gauntlet and say, yeah, we're gonna leave, we're be like Lawrence Fishburne, we're leaving, and the people will carry it?
No, I think these people are so fucking disconnected and so fucking arrogant and think so fucking poorly of the working class that, after a while, the working class are just going to get tired of having to empty our betters' piss and shit buckets. And people are going to snap.
Well, I think people are going to snap.
You take away
definitely.
their voice, you take away the property, you fuck up their kids. People are going to snap. It's that simple.
No, I definitely think people are going to snap.
Now, do I think we will be better organized in the French Revolution? Oh, yeah. Because, our senile president kicked out all our battle-hardened, trained soldiers from the military, which means we've got an army,
A civilian army.
a civilian army that's better equipped and better trained than the army currently serving.
Mm-hmm.
And that the civilian army better understands the functioning of the army than the current people currently serving.
Mm-hmm. No, that's true.
That
They can drive a boat.
yes, and I honestly don't think the vast majority of people serving today would really want to die for Joe Biden and Katie Hobbs and
No, I think they would
and
start
Pelosi.
crying. I would definitely think they would start crying. I mean, hell, Pelosi is already pissed off the National Guard.
Yeah, exactly.
They hate her fucking guts after what she made them do. Daniel, the French Revolution started by running the country bankrupt by financing the U.S. Revolution to give England a black eye. There was then several hard winters and people couldn't eat, no money.
Oh, that sounds kind of similar to a situation we're running into.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds a lot like a situation we're running into. No gas, fuel shortages, diesel shortages, food shortages, inflation through the roof. Because why? Because we want to give Russia a black eye in the Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I don't give a fuck about the Ukraine. I give a fuck about my neighbors. I give a fuck about what's going on with my friends and their children and their futures. The Ukraine can handle their own goddamn problems. Same for Europe. We've already fought 2 wars for Europe. Let Europe handle their own damn problems. Okay.
Daniel, I draw your attention to the Ukraine bullshit as a parallel.
Yep, there we go.
Trenton. Oh, this is to Fair Maiden.
Oh, okay. So no, I don't think we'll do as bad a job as the French. I mean, come on. We're not French.
Yeah, I really wouldn't compare us to the French. I mean, if we're going to fuck up, we're going to fuck up the American way.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, we're an entire nation that was founded on the notion of fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do it our way.
Not only that, I think it'll be different depending on which state you're in, because that's the other wonderful thing about this country is every state has kind of its own culture. It has its own vibe. So, and every state deals with things differently. So I think it'll be different everywhere you go.
The other thing is every revolution that succeeded usually has to do with one of 2 things. Either there's a power vacuum, which is why the Russian, the communist revolution won.
Mm-hmm.
There was a power vacuum. It wasn't that they actually had a victory.
Yeah.
Or the government has become so weak that it can't defend itself.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Everyone fucking hates the government.
Yeah.
Especially red state America. And they want to keep shoving us around and pushing us around and treating everyone like shit. But yet they also want to ship the military out to fight Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's going to defend? Well, I definitely see a weakened government if they've shipped the military out to.
If you've noticed, any time that's brought up in press releases, they don't know how to respond.
And more and more people are snapping. It is happening. And it I think in the short term probably will lead to a crackdown and stricter laws and stricter security. But again, we are an armed people. And when you got nothing to lose.
Well, we are in this state.
Red state America is very well armed.
Yeah.
Red state America is not only very well armed, a large proportion of them have storage for the long haul, bunkers, hideouts.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people in this fucking neighborhood and in our old neighborhood had military vehicles.
A fair few.
Yeah, a fair few of them actually had full-on military vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Unqualified. The issue in the West is how many states are dominated by California, which in turn is dominated by Louisiana and San Francisco? Or
Yeah.
LA, San Francisco, sorry. Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, and Montana have so many California refugees.
And the thing is, you can say it's turning the states purple. A lot of those Californians don't like leftism anymore.
They don't like, well, they either don't like leftism or they are scared shitless and they're in their like own little communities.
Yeah, either they're scared shitless and they won't leave their little pocket communities, or they come here because they're sick of California and they're sick of Gavin Newsom and they're sick of essentially the neoliberal policies.
Like, I'm very happy about the fact that my best friend moved here about 5 months ago, and one of the first things she did was get a gun. Fair Maiden, I'm happy with the idea of a compound if it's going to be like this in America.
Yeah, and compounds are forming. But again, we're going to hit a point where people are just going to say no. And then the next step is, are they going to send military in? Will the military fire on people? Will the military be able to handle all the veterans that are better armed than them? Seriously.
Know how to use their equipment, so if they take it over.
I mean, yeah, currently our military booted out all the, again, long-term battle-hardened soldiers, people who had actually had combat experience, and have packed them full of millennials and Zoomers who are crashing ships into each other.
Yeah.
Planes are crashing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're having sensitivity training.
They're having, how do you treat your LGBTQ, trans, brethren in arms?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. Whoa.
Acid trip. Remember, guys, cigarettes and booze are going to be like gold with shit when shit hits the fan. That and pussy. I, for one, am okay with pussy. Just going to stock up on rubbers. Nukes or not, wrap your sticky. I like that sentiment. And yes, we have been stocking up on booze.
Yeah, definitely. But no. The thing is we're already precariously on the people don't give a shit front anymore. I mean, we've already got sanctuary states where immigration laws don't matter. We've already got areas in Virginia where, there are gun laws, but nobody obeys them. We've got whole swaths of blue state America where drug laws don't matter. And, how many people in this state have already said, I don't care what gun law you pass, we're not obeying it.
Yeah.
Including law enforcement. I mean, there's a large community of law enforcement in this state who do not view themselves as representing the U.S. government. And one of the nice things was when we were, when all this COVID shit, our cops weren't enforcing it. Remember? They refused.
Yeah.
They said, fuck that.
I would like to share with everybody, when we're done talking tonight, look up a video by Mike or Michael Fugazi. He's got his own channel on YouTube here. He's an ex-mob guy. He was part of the Colombo family. And he did a video on, if I was still in the mob, how would I be voting? And he said most of the stuff he said I already knew, primarily because I did a lot of research into the mafia. But it was very interesting hearing him talk about basically current politicians without saying names and saying, I'd vote for this person because they're going to make it easier for me to commit crime.
Right.
And so I highly recommend everybody watch his video.
Well, he basically said that across the board, the mafia votes Democrat.
Oh, he said flat out.
Because the Democrats, well, basically, they can buy Democrats out, and Democrats make their job easy.
Yeah.
They're soft on crime. They're soft on drugs. They fuck up the economy, which then creates a black market.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. What? Oh, you're going in there.
I gotta hose things down.
He's got to shower off. Anyway. So while he's gone, let's see what people are saying in the chat here. Let's see here. Learn to make your own booze. I own a still. I can make chainsaw fuel or trade goods. Daniel, you are 100% correct on that. I don't know if you've heard Janelle talk about her still. That's one of the reasons why she got into brewing her own alcohol. Besides the fact that she apparently makes some killer shit. I haven't had it yet, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I plan on getting a still as well for exactly that reason. Mainly the fuel part. But Fiona. Oh shoot. Okay, Fiona and Catherine. Woo. Fiona.
Yeah.
Catherine, I cannot hear the two of you, so go ahead, talk amongst yourselves. I got to put my headphones in here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No,
I don't know. I'm not wearing a headset right now.
I had to take care of her grandma for a little while.
Well, you're already
I was
here.
actually trying to go to sleep and couldn't, so I was just like, no, fuck it. I'll click the link and say hi.
Yes.
I started looking at my email because I was just like, I can't fucking sleep. And I was like, oh, look, a show link.
So half the time, if I have a day off, I'm on grandma patrol after like 8 p.m. at night till like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, so Ishi's back, and I have headphones. How you guys doing?
Doing good. I'm slightly congested because yay allergies, but
oh no,
we might have another tropical storm heading our way. I gotta go check the updates.
Oh jeez.
I'm sorry.
It's like Florida. Here we go. We're gonna get flooded again. Oh no.
You know what? Somebody mentioned sculptures. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, what are you checking? The one guy that's left outside?
Oh no. I'm gonna share what I've been up to.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd showed them the progress.
Okay, are you gonna turn on the camera?
Yeah.
Woo! Progress! Yay!
Well, shoot, if you're going to do that, I should show off mine. I can do that anyway. It's on Instagram. Anyway.
I'm
from Instagram forever.
Oh, God. Like, I looked at Instagram a little bit, but I don't really use it. I don't have the time.
I tried to make an account to follow people like Kat, and it apparently they did not appreciate my screen name.
What was your screen name?
I tried to use the one I used on Discord so you'd recognize me, which is Sniffed by Joe. And apparently just choosing that screen name got me perma-banned forever and ever.
Really?
I'm not allowed to make accounts. Hold on, I'm going to drop out and get on my computer.
Oh, no,
that's cool.
Sleepy-eyed Joe going around snipping. Oh no! I guess it's a good thing I didn't decide to sign up for more social medias. It's enough to just wrangle one of them.
Oh, the twatters?
Yes, the Twitter twatters. Remember, if you're annoyed by all the Elon Musk discussion, just mute $8.
There we go. Ishi's back.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Fiona, What happened to Catherine?
She's gonna be switching.
She's switching.
Okay.
Yes.
You reviewed a comic on your show recently. I think it was a comic about superheroes.
Yes, the Colossals. It's made especially for people like me who are already steeped in superhero lore and want paragons and heroes that want to be heroes from the get-go. Yay, it's refreshing.
Weirdo.
Yes, that's right. I'm wearing my I don't give a fuck, I fell out of bed shirt.
Oh, those are useful. I have some
Yeah.
of those. They have holes in them. It's great.
As you can see, it doesn't even fit me.
Most of the sleep shirts I have, they were made to fit a 300-pound me, not a current pound me, which is
wow.
like, yeah, and it's just like, yay, I've lost so much weight.
At one time, you said you were kind of buff.
Oh yeah, when I was in the Navy, like I was pretty well built in terms of what I could do, but I would just be like in that video Yakov posted about the girl trying to load a missile into the tank there or the shell where
Yeah.
she was struggling with it. That would be me too, even at the height of my physical capability. I could do 5 chin-ups. It was great. For guys, that's horrible. For women, that's like, oh my god, wow.
Okay.
Let's see what we got there.
Remember
Yes.
I said I was working on a Santa Claus, everyone? Let's see.
That's the Santa you want to send to all the politicians.
The light's kind of blowing him out.
There you go. That's a little better.
Yep, that Santa's just not going to take it no more.
Nope. Not gonna take it no more.
Yes, I was inspired.
Oh, thank you, Fair Maiden.
Now the thing is, I know this looks vile and disgusting. This is funny to me. Not because it's gory, but because it's so excessively gory. I think if it was just slightly gory, like the poster to Silent Night, Deadly Night, it wouldn't be funny. But it's the fact that it's so over the fucking top. I find this funny.
You know what? I'm gonna show off my latest piece. I'll be right back.
Oh, and she's back. I guess she got
Okay.
thing. Oh, and that looks like a Santa that's ready for the reckoning. Uh-oh.
What?
He's ready for all the reckonings that are about to happen. Everybody's on the naughty list then. Uh-oh.
Okay. So yeah, pissed off Santa, and yeah, it was quite a task making that hand with the scythe in it, and this is how I vented steam for the last couple of weeks and dealt with stress.
There you go.
Half the time I'll just write things for the blog that will never end up on the blog because I'll
Yeah.
delete it after I have like a wrath burst of everything of like, why isn't what I want more popular enough to where people would want to copycat it? Dang it. Ah, yes.
And here's the other one I've been working on. He's done. But anyway, so I had showed you this when it was a work in progress. So they are now done, guys. We watch Farscape, and this is what I do.
Okay.
Oh,
For those of you who have Instagram, you've probably already seen this. This is my piece. I finished it
Sick.
today.
Yeah, nice. The blue light contrast is really good.
Thank you. And it flickers like a flame.
yeah, the dude's tongue is sticking out, Fair Maiden.
There we go.
Okay, I guess we can unplug the camera now.
Okay. Where's the plug?
It's down there. It's the one it's the one further away.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo! Yes.
Are we? Oh shit! What happened?
Oh, wait a second. Let's see. The beautiful
I only see Fiona.
Yes, there we go.
Did you pull the power cord?
No, it just, I don't know. We pulled out the camera and then suddenly
And-
said,
And
bye.
then it just like,
Well, it thinks the camera was the primary.
Ah,
aha. Well, I got to showcase wonderful artwork there for my icon. I go back.
polymer clay. Yeah, it was polymer clay.
Woo!
Oh, thank you, Fair Maiden.
But yeah, that's been one way that I've been kind of venting steam. Is I'll come out in the evening, we'll pop on an episode of Farscape, and I'll work on these bizarre sculptures of mine. And I haven't actually gotten to the point where I can make one myself. I'm always taking something that already exists and mutating the fuck out of it. Like the one-eyed guy was a dinosaur originally.
Farscape, oddly enough, does have heroic characters in it.
Oh, I love Farscape.
Farscape is the expanded Star Wars universe we never got. And it's really kind of eerie once you start comparing it, how much Farscape is Star Wars.
Oh, with Scorpius being an equivalent to Thrawn.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Thrawn.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those villains you don't forget because, hey, he's distinctly evil.
Mm-hmm. But he is, but at the same time, it's like, oh shit, I actually kind of understand where he's coming from. He's a ruthless bastard, but I can at least respect him.
Well, he's definitely not a sympathy villain.
No.
Nope.
And then the person they replaced him with was even more disturbing.
Oh, the woman, I forget what her name
Yeah,
is.
well, because you thought about it, Scorpius, you see him, yeah, he looks threatening.
Yeah, everything about him says evil.
But then the next replacement was the seductress.
Yeah.
And you don't think she's dangerous until she's dangerous.
Mhm.
Or those kinds of setups, it's like they don't need overall big flashy shows of force. What they do is worse.
Yes. Very much so.
I would say the other thing that I really dug about Farscape is that I really liked the idea of the peacekeepers. Because they're villainous, but you kind of understand why.
Well, in a world or a universe really filled with Luxons and insane homicidal plant people, the Delvians, and just everything else you run into, the lizard people that spit fire at you.
Yeah, it's like these puny Sebaceans don't really have anything going for them other than their thumbs and their brains. And they became very militant to keep them on, Sebaceans on top.
Yeah.
And it made sense.
Honestly, that series does just enough of a more heroic, subversive angle, but it also caters to the people who do want something a little bit more gritty and like the type of narrative tension of like, oh my god, are they going to die or not? Well, that's in that series too.
And characters change. They grow, they change, they learn.
I mean, but I do like the fact that Crichton was idealistic, but they didn't tarnish him for being idealistic.
No,
it actually worked in his favor. See, because a lot of these shows say, "Oh, the idealistic people are stupid," and it's like, So
I
thank you,
like
Farscape, for not like breaking that down.
I liked the fact that they kept that he was a scientist and nobody else on the ship was. So even though he was an Earthman who was a primitive, he understood the physics and the principles of all this stuff better than anyone else.
Well, he was more in astrophysicist, where they'd have Zan, who was more biochemical, biology, things like that. So
he was an apothecary.
Yeah.
Well,
but they had their specialties.
Wormhole stuff, like he helped give the like when that one episode where they were stranded and he had to trade that the wormhole readings technology to that one repair lady. Like that ended up opening a genie in the bottle for these more advanced races because a lot of them hadn't figured out FTL stuff. And what did he do? He helped them figure out FTL stuff.
But yeah, it's a shame that that series never got the last season it deserved because of
It
George
kind of
Lucas.
got it in the comic books. Like I think I have the first omnibus. I don't think they've released it, the second one, in the collected format yet. Like they redid it for digital and print, I think, but they haven't gotten the second part yet, which is
The other
unfortunate.
the other part I liked is the fact that Crichton over time slowly starts going nuts. He never loses his ideals, but he does become crazy.
Well, if you're in that kind of universe, because he didn't have the advantage of having a, like kind of like in the Andromeda universe where Captain Dylan Hunt was trying to bring back the idealistic, while bringing everybody forward in their own way.
Aloise, I was banned from Instagram. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I tried to set up an account and they wouldn't even let me log in before they banned me
Really?
because I tried to be sniffed by Joe, and I guess they took exception to that.
I might even do
They find this
Crichton as
hysterical.
like
Yeah, it's gonna date itself eventually, but I'll milk the funny while it lasts.
oh man, but no, I think I might even list Crichton as a insanity paragon. I'm trying to work on that on my blog, like different kinds of paragon archetypes, like where because you do see how the crew changes through Crichton's point of view, and how other people in the crew see Crichton. It's like I think there was that one episode with the blue lady where she had to reestablish her fractured mind by basically merging with him for a moment to see how he saw her. And it's just like, oh my god.
No. The line that gets me is, cross my heart, strike me dead, I'll put this lobster on my head.
That's from Crichton.
Yeah.
It was a truth seeking lobster where if you put it on your head and then you lie, it gets pissed off and it stabs you.
Oh man, but honestly, that show did sometimes they did like the kind of weird cosmic angles fairly well. Like when they merged some of Pilot's DNA with Claudia Black. Aaron. I'm like, oh my god. Like, oh god, like, oh no, that's a little bit of body horror right there. Don't trust that guy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
So, Catherine, what series stuck with you?
I don't know. Questions like that at midnight aren't. I might actually have to drop off because I'm actually about to fall asleep on the spot. That's why I've been really quiet. I was laying in bed and couldn't sleep, and I looked at my phone and saw the email, and I went, oh fuck it, I'll pop in, and now I'm like sitting up conking out. So I think I'm gonna say goodnight.
All right.
Okay. Hey, don't feel bad. I'm kind of tired too. So, but I'm glad that we could keep you company while you started getting tired.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, we'll chat another time. I woke up really early this morning. Otherwise, I'm usually up for staying up till like 2 a.m. But I woke up super early this morning, so maybe Friday
it's
night.
also the time change. The time change does funky things to people for a while.
Yeah, it might have been, but yeah, maybe Friday night if you guys are doing that. Hit me up.
Cool.
There needs to be another ladies' night.
There'll be a ladies' night this week. The ladies may have to start without me, but there will be one.
Okay.
Again, my new schedule. I don't get off work until 11 o'clock Eastern time, which is 9 p.m. my time now. So which means the show doesn't. The show is going to start an hour before I get off work. So.
Oh, well, maybe we can start at like 11:30 Eastern or whatever.
Well, we'll figure it out. We'll get it all worked out.
Yeah. Either way, we'll have a nice time. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna go collapse. I'll talk to you guys later.
Good night.
I do have to say though, the reason why I did keep watching Farscape is because, hey, a battle couple. Oh yeah, it's like me and my battle couples. I enjoy it because I like it when the men and women work together, and even if they're friends or if they get romantically involved, usually the battle couples end up watching each other's back and filling in their deficiencies. Because Aaron was more of the action type of oriented lady, and then Crichton kind of used his brain, but he did get into the action as well. So I thought they fit together pretty well because they were willing to go to the limit.
Aaron was
eventually.
so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually. When they first met, he almost got choked out, but okay.
Yeah, their chemistry was excellent. Very much excellent.
Oh, very much so. Well, that and Ben Browder and Claudia Black kind of developed a rapport,
Mhm.
and that's part of why she was brought on to Stargate, because their ratings were going to shit. Ben Browder was on the show after Farscape had ended, and they're like, well, these two had really good chemistry and those fans really want to see more of them. Let's bring Claudia Black on. So they brought her on.
McGregor had to retire.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Even though he was awesome. But yeah, because they were like, what, in the last 2 seasons of Stargate, I think?
Yeah. The last season or two.
I'm trying to remember. I think they carried some people over to Stargate Atlantis as well, like Carter and a few others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carter went to Atlantis.
There she go to save the day. Poor Carter. She had the worst luck when it came to all the guys dying for her. When people say, oh, too many women are put in refrigerators for the male character. Have you seen Carter?
Yeah, I'd say every single perspective got fridged for her.
It's just like, oh my lord. Except for you know who.
Mm-hmm.
He managed to make it to the end. I think they brought him back for a few episodes towards the end.
To
or
be
was it one of the
honest, I
movies?
didn't see the end, so.
Or was it in one of the movies? Might have been one of the movies where they had to go back in time to fix the timeline again. Because the last Goa'uld guy was like, I'm going to destroy humanity before they cause trouble with that Stargate.
Well, Unqualified Comics. No, I've got to get this goddamn book done. It's killing me. It's one of those. It's almost done. It's been almost done for way too long. I see the end, and oh God, I just want it done.
It's just over that hill.
I know. And then I can worry about stuff like Commie Slayer. But it has been fun doing other things. As I said, I've been working on a story in my cool off periods where my brain doesn't function anymore. I can't think hard. I've worked too much on Boobs of Steel, so I'll spend like an hour just mental vomiting this different story.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say about this different story I've been writing?
It's just good, clean action fun.
Is it really clean though?
Well, clean in a relative sense. I mean, so far we haven't actually seen anybody take it up the ass, just heard about it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That was precious.
How's your work been going, Fiona?
Pretty good. The only thing I really rotate right now is like, oh, Uplift Protocol novellas today. Oh, main story tomorrow. Oh, I'm going back to the novellas. Oh, because honestly, at this point, for those that are invested in my series, it's like, yes, these novellas will lovingly expand the universe, but not derail the main sequence. Because I get it, but sometimes it's like the main sequence got to be the main sequence, and then the novellas are for everybody who wants a little bit of that extra schmaltz. Like, there it is. You're already invested. You already want to see what the characters are doing, and it's like, yay, back and forth. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, basically the story I'm kind of just writing in bits and pieces. It was an experiment with pulp speed. The way I write, I mean, it is like ramming my head into a wall repeatedly till it's perfect. And what I'm doing now is like between breaks, I'll like again spend an hour just mental vomiting at you're just putting whatever comes to mind onto page. I've got a story structure, I've got characters, but I'm not really thinking real hard about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because I've never written anything this quickly.
Well, sometimes it's just better. It just depends on the writer. Again, most people won't even know what works for them until they go out and try it or do it. Like me, there's some days where I can get 2,000-3,000 words in one sitting, which is usually about 2.5 hours for me. And then there's some days where it's like, well, I got this 800 words in. It just depends.
I haven't reached that yet. The best I've done is 1,500. Which again is rare for me.
Man,
but
God, what was the biggest chunk I ever did in one sitting, which is about 4 hours straight, was like 10K words. I'm like, yeah, it's like it was rare, but it happened. But there are people out there that can actually do, like Mr. Kit over there. Oh my God, dude is a machine. But he has a system that works for him.
Yeah. Mr. Kit?
Yes, Mr. Kit Sunche.
Oh, yeah. Quite a talent.
Mr. Pulprev himself, and he's just like, wee, there he goes. Wait, how many words did he do in a month? Oh my.
And then you're like, well, why can't I do that? Right?
Well, eventually, I think most people, depending on what they do, will get to a happy medium. Honestly, I think my happy medium is getting, 2,000 words per session. That seems to be like a nice sweet spot for me.
Now, again, when I cannot think clearly, and when my brain no longer works, and I can't even write, since art takes a different part of the brain, I've been piecemealing this out for the last 2 months too. And this is the cover art for the supposed story.
2 months.
How long? Month?
About 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is the current cover art in progress for the story I'm talking about. So
nice. I've seen some people doing like the mid journey AI thingies, like to clear their heads, and Raul is doing that a bit. Like he'll do these really quick like sketches with MS Paint, and then he hands it off to the AI, and it actually does a decent like mishmash of making something look semi-human. But then you notice it's like, wait, how many knees does that have?
Who does this?
Oh, Raul. In fact, I'll link his books there. The Perils of Sasha Reed. Yes. He's doing a pretty good job with that. He's another Pulp Rev guy.
Cool.
So yeah, this is I don't know. The only problem with this cover is it doesn't really communicate the fact that yes, it's about people who pilot giant mechs. It doesn't communicate the fact that it's got an almost gonzo.
Real quick, Daniel, I 100% want to answer your question. I am too fucking tired. I'm actually like Catherine falling asleep sitting here. So I am not in the best headspace to answer that. That will be answered in the near future though. So remind me if I don't bring it up myself.
Well, just to let you guys know, searching on Amazon means I have to put in minus harem to my search results to get rid of a chunk of the male-oriented erotica/romance, because that's what harem is. It's pretty much the male equivalent to the women's erotica explosion. The floating ad books I can't escape either.
I can't deal with. Yeah, I think we need another rant about torso books.
It would honestly help if Amazon would make a completely new category, call it erotica, give it like 20 different subcategories to kind of shove all this stuff over there, because majority of it is X-rated level stuff for people to consume. And in some cases, some of the serial out there that people are trying to make, the serialization magazines, kind of like Sersova, they're only asking for R-rated level or below in some cases. Some of them don't even want to go near the X-rated stuff. I think my biggest reason why I don't like the harems or the a lot of the eroticas for the women as well is because when the primary is the romance, the relationship, it's like a lot of those dynamics annoy me because it's too much of a soap opera of like, just conclude it already. But for most of books where the romance, the relationship is the primary thing there, the conclusion is when the couple gets together or something like that.
Yeah.
Potato, potato. Some people definitely prefer that because you see it exploding everywhere, but it has a breach of containment problem.
I don't get the harem thing.
Yeah.
So either you're reading a story or you're jerking off. Come on. And I've gone through Amazon and I've glanced at these, and these so many of them just sound so horribly awful.
Most times, and it's flooded the isekai stuff where like a suboptimal guy will get summoned to another world, and somehow a rank 4 out of 10 guy will land rank like 8 out of 10 women, or like the perfect 10 kind of like dream girl, and it's just like, oh, that doesn't really happen because a lot of times the isekai kind of mid-level main character stand-in guy isn't proactive enough to really, like, why is he attracting these women when he's not on the front lines doing something like a goal? Like a lot of male protagonists, you have to give them some sort of big goal or drive, in my opinion, to where they'll be to the point where they can attract other people around them. I just don't get it.
Yeah. So, do you think we can get you to come on next week and talk about this? I'm sorry, I already forgot the name of the series.
Oh God, what, the Perils of Sasha Reed?
It was a superhero story.
Or okay, you mean the Colossals? Like, yes, I can talk Colossals. That's fine. This is fine.
Are you familiar with or in contact with the creator?
Yeah, I know Cider. I can message him.
Yeah,
I'm
see if we can get you two
Discord
on.
with JDA's Discord. So yeah.
Yeah, get the two of you on. That would be great because I really liked the review you gave of it.
Yeah, that one's like the initial. I'll probably try to be a bit more professional later, but I wanted to get the biggest impressions out of the way first. I'll probably do a more like focused setup later, especially after there's more issues. It's like, yeah, but that whole entire comic is made for people who already know the basic in and out of superhero stuff, and they want to see a homage, I guess, to all the favorite superheroes that you ever had, but without being like, oh, this is blatantly the Superman stand-in, or that's blatantly the Flash stand-in, or that's the stand-in for the Power Rangers over there, or something. Like, no, he has just enough, mixing together to where it's not obvious that who's being like a mishmash of who. Which is the point, I think, of being inspired by things rather than doing a one-for-one, I'm going to photocopy this, which sadly is half of the right to market setup. Like they take stuff that seems to sell well and they're like, okay, let's copy paste this without actually using the influences. They just complete copycat. It does work for a time because the whale readers will be satisfied for a while, but eventually the cracks start to show. But
makes sense. Yeah,
very
I don't know.
covered though. Not a lot of nice detail.
Oh, what this?
Oh yeah, especially like how the head works. It's like there you go. Maybe a laser beam can come out of one of those, but it's definitely ready for some action. And like the Gatling gun on the one arm, the missile launcher thing on the other, then you got the beam on the other hand. Like, yeah.
Well, when I was putting this together, the thing is the story itself it's a kind of a gonzo sort of world setting. And semi-humorous book, but for some reason I was very obsessive about wanting the mecha in it to actually be believably functional. And maybe I put a little too much thought into it. Oh, Cinderhype is John's co-host. Okay. Well,
Oh, it's cider hype, actually.
Cinderhype. Okay.
No, I just mute myself every once in a while because every once in a while I'm getting a coughing fit. Thank you, allergies. Like my throat is beyond dry. It's worse than Sahara Desert right now. It's like, why genetics? Why? Oh well.
Well, it has been good hanging out. I think I'm going to call it a night. But thank you all for joining us for just a hangout.
Yes.
And good night, everyone.
Have a good night.